So I'm just on a tutorial making kick. And so here we go. I'm going to make us another tutorial. And it's just about how to recreate this design. So, we've got this design. How do we go about recreating it? You all know I'm going to use AI, and then I'm going to clean it up and make it better and isolate things. So let's get started. So figuring out how to break a design like this down, that's the hard part. Just understanding what does it take to make this. And, I want to get this background first. Like, I don't want to try to get ChatGPT to render this background. I want the background to make more sense and not have it trying to decide what part's inside the letters. So let's get it to make just this background for a second. Okay. And there's my prompt. You can pause it and read it if you like. Boom. While it's rendering, I'll talk about the fact that we need to, also now get the isolated letters. And whoever did this design originally really left us a big gap here. So I don't think that looks nice. Probably going to be repositioning all these. Oh, wow, chat. That's so pretty. Yeah, that's beautiful. Nice work. Okay, so now we just need the letters. Now I need the letters and the word faith. There's my prompt. Just the kerning. Okay, we'll take it. It's not perfect. It's not terrible. We need one last piece, just that script font. Perfect. Okay, we got our pieces. Let's name them. Let's upscale them. Let's delete the originals so that we're keeping our folder clean. Let's pull the text fonts into Inkscape and trace them. Tracing. Okay, this one, I want it to be solid. And I'm just going to do that in Inkscape. So I'm just going to select here. Actually, yeah, I'm just going to select here. I was trying to think about how I was going to do it. I'm just going to select the insides of all these. So I'm just selecting one vertex and then hitting Control A. And then we can just hit delete. And we'll delete all those insides. Whoops, screwed up on the A. So we'll try that one more time. Let's grab that. We're just picking on one from the inside. Doesn't matter which one. Of each one. Control A, delete. Awesome. Yeah, and I think that kerning's a lot better. I wish that H was leaning more to the right. So I'm cleaning up things I don't need. And I'm going to open this with Photoshop. So I'm going to open that original image with Photoshop. Let's do image size. This could be Photopea. This is certainly working Photopea. I'm just keep telling everybody that. Let's just go 6,000. That's way bigger than we need. Let's make it 300. I always do that. 6,000. All right, great. Okay, and I'm just going to hit Control 1, no, Control 0 to zoom out. And then we'll start stacking our elements. So we can just grab all three of these at once and drag them in and drop them. Enter, enter, enter. There we go. All right, let's put this faith. No, that's going to be in the back. There's the image. There's the overfear. I think they're stacked up in the right order. That's awesome. So let's just size them. So I'm going to do Control T on this. All right, it's going to get that down a little bit there. Scoot that over here to where it's going. Can't really see. It is an SVG, so I don't have to worry about scaling it up or down. That's the nice thing about SVGs. Alright, and then here's our face. Let's hit Control T on that. And I mean, I could definitely be hiding these other layers and making my life easier. I don't know why I'm making it a struggle. And I am going to stretch it just to be more like the original. We'll just stretch her on down here. And we'll let it be. I have noticed one thing. It looks like this H is not as... There's a little discrepancy. So let's just grab this ruler and set it down here. And yeah, there's a little discrepancy. Let's set a ruler across here. Looks like there's a discrepancy on this whole side. So let's see if we can adjust that. Let's do transform perspective. I don't think I can do that without rasterizing. I'm going to go ahead and rasterize. It's just the easiest thing to do. We're going to rasterize the layer so it's no longer an SVG, all my bragging. And we'll do perspective and we'll just warp this up a little bit. We'll just bring it in line. Alright. Okay, so this background image, let's play with that. I'm going to flip it, so I'm holding shift and rotating. And we're a little bigger than we're supposed to be, and I do want to try to just have one of these. So I'm just going to bring it a little bit over that text. I think it needs some levels adjustments. Let's just do image, now we'll do layer, new adjustment layer. Let's just do levels. I should have made that a clipping mask. I'm going to just do it anyway. Right click, create clipping mask, so it's just going to affect that image. And we're just going to bring the blacks a little darker. I think that's nice. I think we just need some more black. I don't want that though. Okay, we can soften it overall while pumping the blacks by dragging this middle slider. I think that's right. And then to see what it's doing, because that's always a good thing once you make an adjustment like that. You see what it's doing. It is making it more... It's making it darker in spots. Okay, cool. Let's clip that background image to our face tag, our faith text. We'll create clipping mask. So now it's on there. And then if we look at our original, let's take this whole piece and do Control G and group it. We'll just call this artwork. And our original, wow, it's a lot skinnier. Our text is a lot fatter. I don't know, that's going to look good for some things. It looks like there's possibly a pinkish, I might just be being tricked, but there's a little pinkish outline. So I'm putting a stroke on the inside, and I'm just going to try pulling some color. Oh, that's cute. I think that's what I want. All right. So pull some color from the image, and then this over fear, let's just get that placed. You know, it's going to look nice if it's just about the same width as the image. We just scale it to touch both sides. That's going to look nice. And we don't worry about the fact that it's not lining up with the original because we're doing our version. And again, we'll stroke it on the outside this time with white. And then I'll just pop it off that back. And that looks like a nice stroke. And we'll try to get, I just print screened, identify this font. I have so many fonts, and I am not good at picking fonts. I'm terrible at it. I mean, I just get bored, you know? Yeah, it's a geometric sans serif, agreed. So I probably have Montserrat. Let's see if I do. Let's see. Give me a text. Oh, I hear the dogs barking. They're trying to get involved here. Let's do Montserrat regular. We are set at 300 DPI. That's important. I'm going to change my color to black. And I'm just going to click. I've got my text on center. And we're just going to type this out. I should know how to spell Isaiah because I have an Ethan Isaiah in my family, my youngest. And I should have paid attention to the verse before I started typing. I can't see it. 41:10. All right. You know, I'm so burned by so many, people that are non-native English speakers making designs that I get nervous these days. I feel like I need to go check everything. Let's try medium, just for a little thicker. It's not exactly like the text. Yeah, we'll bring this out. Okay, we'll go this way. I think I've got maybe some metrics weird here. Yeah, I got this set at 150%. Let's make it 100%. Actually, I'm going to go 120. So it's a little taller. And then as far as my spacing, I can space it out a lot. Let's go 50. See how that looks. I think we're going to go 100. Wow, it might even be more than that. Let's go 150. That's really spaced out. And then I'm looking at the thickness now that I've made it small. I'm going to go all the way to bold. Wow. This is one of those fonts that's got so many options. Yeah, semi-bold is where it's at. Let's get picky. Okay. All right. So let's make sure that our artwork is centered. So I'm just going to align to canvas. Okay, I've just moved to my move tool. I'm going to center the whole thing. And now that I know the whole thing is centered, I'm going to center the individual elements. So we'll center this. We will center our background image just to be fun. We will center our over fear text. And we will center our Isaiah. Everything's centered. Okay, let's turn off the background and see our creation. I think we nailed it. I'm happy with it. You know, the only thing I'm not happy with maybe is this text, because I just realized that this will work on black. It's not ideal for black, but it will work for black. So let's put a solid color of black back there. And the only thing that's going to go away on black is our scripture verse. So let's just take this over fear. Well, we'll just make our own. Let's do blending options. We shall stroke it with white. We just want it to be real thin. Okay, and that's making me want to give it some vertical space from that. Let's just give it the kerning of 1 line height underneath that. Yep, Rosie's talking. She's part of this tutorial. She's telling you something about some deer in the woods, I'm pretty sure. All right, let's finish this up. We're just going to do image trim, transparent. We're going to do file, export, quick export as PNG. Nope, we didn't size it. Image size. Everything's vector or text, which is vector. All the edges are vector. I don't have to worry about thresholding this or masking this. It's perfect. You know, this is a perfect piece of artwork at this point. So we're going to do 4,500. We're going to hit OK. And that's our 15 inches. I always go 4,500 wide or 5,700 tall because I have a 16 by 20 press and I know that I'll never make it bigger than that. All right, I think that's it. Let's call it a day. We're going to export this as a PNG. Faith over fear. Isaiah 41:10. And we're just going to hit, and I'm going to put floral. Yeah. Wow, she's really barking. Oh, it doesn't like my colon in the file name. I didn't like my colon as I typed it. All right, so now I'm going to put it in the drive. Here I'm in the Besties drive, cleaned RTP, and we're going to do request by Mike. And we're just going to stick it up there. And I'm going to put the PSD as well. Since I've got such a clean PSD, we'll save this as Faith Over Fear. I get so lazy, I'll just go back and hit rename and hit Control-C so I can copy and paste the name. So lazy. All right. And I'm just going to drop that PSD up there in the drive as well. Okay, so it is ready. You know where to find it. Thanks for watching my tutorials. I appreciate you guys. Take care.